We're here today with a young, promising talent from Australian cricket. He scored a 50 in the World Cup final to win it against India and scored a winning century in the Ashes against England, and is also a proud SeamStrike fan. Harjas Singh, how are we doing today?
Good boys, how are you?
Yep, good day, can't ask for anything better. Let's start at the beginning. What first got you into cricket growing up?
Nothing exactly got me into cricket. I sort of just was playing down at the local temple in Revesby, and one of my uncles was the coach of the under 10s team, I want to say, at the time, and he pretty much asked me, he was like, do you want to come play a game just as a fill-in? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? And then every day since then we've gone a step further towards a dream.
And were there any other sports that you played growing up?
So growing up I played rugby league. Wanted to play rugby league to continue, but obviously because cricket sort of took over and Dad didn't exactly allow me to get injured or anything, so wasn't exactly allowed to pursue that endeavour. But currently I play football, soccer, as most Australians know it.
There's a story that you had to switch from batting right-handed to left-handed to protect the windows in your house.
I can protect the windows. Like it's a fucking endangered species, yeah.
Is that true, and how did that happen?
So pretty much my uncle, or one of my dad's cousins, he was pretty much batting and just ended up pulling a ball right into the windows and shattered it. And it turned out that I sort of had to switch to left-handed to pretty much the classic backyard story, hit open into the open grass. So yeah, that's where the switch sort of happened.
So what was the journey like going from grassroots cricket all the way up to under 19s Australia squad?
So the journey started again in the temple, just playing cricket with my mates, and sort of turned into me playing week in, week out for Revesby workers. And through that, sort of started playing some rep stuff. Obviously after doing well in club cricket, started playing well in reps as well. For the first couple of years, I actually didn't get an opportunity. And the first year, or the first time, I actually batted at number 3, got a 161. Which is actually a pretty funny story. And then ever since then I didn't move from the number 3 spot for Bankstown. And then my coach and mentor at the time, Neil DaCosta, I started working with him and I moved to Blacktown, obviously went up through the grades from 5th grade all the way to 1st grade. Made my 1st grade debut against Gordon at Chatswood Oval. Got out reverse sweeping, which was just classic. But then ever since that, sort of just, kept pursuing my dream, kept working day by day, step by step. And I sort of started getting into, of course, scoring that 1st grade ton against St George, which was pretty special. And then working towards, playing regular week in, week out 1st grade cricket. And then made the transition to Western Suburbs, which I am currently really enjoying right now. And then sort of, just kept playing, kept going at it, and then had a pretty good tournament down in Adelaide for New South Wales with the under 19s boys. Ended up winning that tournament and then playing some under 19s, underage Ashes stuff against England in Brisbane. And then, a couple tournaments in, went to England, of course, played a couple games there, and then, World Cup ended up coming about.
So you had a standout innings in the World Cup final, scoring 55 to win the game. What was going through your mind during that?
Fuck, I'll be honest, nothing was.
Next question then.
I'll be so honest. I had a pretty stinker tournament the whole time and obviously didn't go to plan, but I went into that final thinking if I just play my natural game, just look to score runs and look to dominate the spinners, which I usually do, I'll hopefully go well. Because obviously India had seen my performances, seen that I hadn't done too well, so there was no pressure, no expectation for me to go into that final. So pretty much going into that final, I was just clear headspace, just be myself, and ended up coming off.
So obviously you played with a fantastic under-19s team, the likes of Sam Constas, Harry Dixon, Marley Beardman. Now, what do you think about Sam Constas coming up and eventually making it into the Australian Test squad?
Absolutely amazing, to be honest. I've played with him probably for about, I want to say 6-7 years now, or not with him exactly, but against him and in and around the same sort of setup. It was amazing seeing him grow up and see what a good player he is. And of course, he's deserved every bit of it. Scored heaps of runs in 19 stuff, scored heaps of runs. Of course, scored that 100 against West Indies in the World Cup. And then obviously got his chance at Shield level, hit double ton, not double ton, but like 102 innings. And of course, getting that call up to the Test side, the way he took on Bumrah was just unbelievable to see. I'm so happy for him.
Did you rant Bumrah?
Sorry?
Did you rant Bumrah?
Would I rant Bumrah? No, mate, I can't. I can't rant to save my life.
You know he was one
Next
of the
big
first,
stick in
his
cricket.
ambassador as well, right?
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
First video was with him.
First video.
Elite.
Who do you think will be the next Fab Four in cricket?
Jaiswal, Rachin Ravindra, Harry Brook, and Cam Green.
Who'd be in your Australian versus India best Test 11? Openers Matthew Hayden, Sunil Gavaskar.
Matthew Hayden,
Justin Langer, Virender Sehwag.
Virender Sehwag,
Don Bradman or Rahul Dravid.
Don Bradman,
Ricky Ponting or Sachin Tendulkar.
Ricky Ponting,
Steve Smith or Virat Kohli.
Steve Smith,
Adam Gilchrist or MS Dhoni.
Adam Gilchrist,
Pat Cummins or Kapil Dev.
Pat Cummins,
Shane Warne or Ravi Ashwin.
Shane Warne,
Dennis Lilly or Jasprit Bumrah.
Jasprit Bumrah,
Glenn McGrath or Zahir Khan.
Glenn McGrath,
Nathan Lyon or Anil Kumble.
Nathan Lyon,
And who would you have as your captain for that team?
Steve Smith.
What role did your parents have in growing up and becoming a cricketer?
Of course, even as you boys know, like getting to games and stuff is pretty much impossible without having your license. So they obviously play a pivotal role in your ability to go to trainings, your ability to go to games. Of course, preparing your food, making sure you wake up on time and all that shenanigans. So, of course, they play a very pivotal role and they still do to this day. Like, Dad obviously trains me once or twice a week all the time. So keeping in touch with my basics, like my drop balls, underarms and stuff, obviously they help a lot. So yeah, they play a pivotal role in everyone's cricketing journey, I reckon.
Who's been your biggest cricket influence or mentor?
My biggest influence, I'd say, has been Usman Khawaja. Of course, I was growing up watching him play cricket when he was young in England. But the way he sort of got dropped from the Test side, didn't have a contract for Australia anymore, and worked his backside off and got that contract back. Scored twin tons at the SCG Test to obviously revive his career was absolutely unbelievable, and seeing that really sparked something in me. So I'd say Usman Khawaja.
I'm going to put David Smith in there.
Yeah, put David Smith. Yeah, David Smith.
Who?
He's better than Steve.
You've talked to him before as
David
well.
Smith.
Davey Smith?
David Smith. From last year at the cricket dinner.
Who the fuck's David Smith?
Who's in your top 5 Australian cricketers ever?
Ricky Ponting, Steve Smith, Matthew Hayden. How many is that? 3. Shane Warne. And Shaun Marsh.
So what are you aiming for in the future?
So, with obviously pre-season coming about, I'm working pretty hard on, of course, my physical health and my T20 cricket. My next aim is to hopefully get a crack in the BBL, even as a local replacement player or even a contract with a side. That would be unbelievable, but for that, I sort of need to do really well if I play the T20 Max and if I play the Kingsgrove T20 Cup. So that's probably the next aim, getting through, 1 foot through to the BBL.
Who's the most famous person you've got in your contacts right now?
I'd say Marnus Labuschagne.
Have you ever called him before?
I have, as a prank call once. Made one of my mates call him actually, but yeah, probably would never do it again.
What did he say?
Oh, he didn't pick up. Oh no, he actually did. He actually did pick up, and he was just confused out of his mind, and then yeah, just cut the call after that.
And are you following SeamStrike?
Of course I am.
Done.